Hi guys, my name is Andrew and today I wanted to show you the newest version of my application, the TileMaker DOT application. The first thing you can see is that it's black now, and this is because I added a dark mode as well as a light mode. You can toggle it from within the application, but yeah, let's start. First of all, my game uses 200 by 200 tile sizes, but for this demo I'll show you a 32 by 32 tile size, because maybe most of you will use this size rather than my abnormal one. The folder where you will be saving everything can be named resources or assets or anything really, but I'm choosing to call it assets usually. And you can see that I have those three folders which are required: the NPCs, the objects, and the tiles, but they are all empty for now because I implemented something and I really want to show you. So I will just choose my assets folder right now, okay? And I'll get to this one in a moment because I also added animation inside the application. And let's open it up. Yeah, so this is how the dark mode looks. You will see more once we upload some images, but this is where you can toggle between dark and light mode. Now the dark mode is off and now it is on. I'll stay like this because I like it more. This is a personal preferences. Yeah, it's a personal preference. I also like the light one, but yeah, I'll go with this one for now. First thing that I wanted to show you would be that I added something called import sprite sheet because many of you asked for it. So here it is. Let's choose a sprite. I downloaded some free sprites which I'm gonna be using for this demo, but feel free to use your own sprites for this. Let's go with this one. This will be the first. And the first thing we had to select was the PNG containing the sprite sheets, and the next thing would be select destination folder. This means that I have to select where to save those objects. In my case, I will save here, but I don't have any folder, so we can create one from within this tool, and let's call it, I don't know, entities. And we'll just open this up, and you can see a new window will pop up containing those new images, and you can see that it already splits it in 32 by 32 tiles, or whatever the value you passed in the opening screen. Now this is how we can cut smaller objects. This will be the first one, and now you will be asked to input a name. It will autocomplete, giving it a name and a default ID. It will look through your project and search for a free ID to give. So this will be safe to use. So I'll just press OK because it's faster this way. Now it's gonna be ID2 and so on, but you can, I don't know, give it a name like 32 or something and change the ID, but I'm not gonna do that now. And every object you've selected, you can see now it's highlighted in green, okay? Let's add this one next. Let's add the stones. They look quite nice. Okay. Let's add all of this. Why not? Now we've added what I wanted from this sprite sheet, so we can close it. You will see this pop-up message because in order to be able to see them here, we'll get to the next feature which I implemented, and you have to restart the application or refresh the assets. So you can see those new textures from the sprite sheet imported. And I've added this functionality. Yeah, this one. It's an F5 shortcut, but you can use it to refresh the assets folder. And when I do that, you can see that, those are here now. Another thing which I wanted to show you, let's do this. You can see the folder was created. And let's say that we didn't give any IDs to this one and to this one. No, it's a duplicate name, so we'll call it bush. Okay, now we have two objects which don't have any IDs assigned to them. And I added this one, auto assign missing IDs. What will it do? It will rename any file in your assets folder which didn't have IDs assigned. And you can see that successfully renamed 2 files, and now it will refresh the palette. Okay, and those IDs were now assigned. You will not see a visual difference because they were already imported here, but you can see that the IDs were assigned again, so this works. I wanted to show you the functionality of these two tools right now. Let's keep going and import some new sprite sheets. I'll go faster this time. Let's add a character and we'll save it in the assets, in the NPCs, because it's a character and I don't know, it's a human, so I'll create a human folder and let's choose one of these. This seems fine. Okay, and what else do we have? Okay, a fence. Let's add a fence. Import, and we choose the fence tiles and we add it to an object and create a new folder. Call it fences, why not? Let's add one by one so we can make longer fences. Okay, that's all I needed from here. Okay, sure. Let's add a tile now. So we'll import a new sprite sheet. I think this one looks okay. And then let's create a folder in the tiles category. I don't know, let's call it grass, even though I'll add, yeah, more than just grass. So this one looks good, this one looks good, some dirt looks good, yeah, maybe some stone. Let's choose some sand too, and maybe a water texture. Okay, I already showed you how to add intersections between tiles, so I will not do that in this tutorial, but I added what I had in mind. Okay, now we can refresh assets, right? So you can see that the grass folder was added, the fences and the entities, and also the human one from the NPCs, it's here. Okay, this being said, we can start doing some things. But first of all, another thing which I wanted to show you is that I added animations, okay? What does this mean? Well, you can now animate objects and import multiple textures, okay, and make them animated. How do we do that? Well, we have to respect the format. Let's say that we want to animate this texture. All you need to do is, at the end of it, give it F1. This means frame 1. Then what would the frame 2 be? Let's choose this one for the frame 2 because they are quite similar. So I will just copy and paste this one and call it F2. It has to have the same ID and name and an F2 at the end, okay? And when we refresh, you'll see that one of these will disappear and it will be animated. Okay, and if we choose this, yes, you can see it is animated. It's using those 2 frames, which we define like this here, and it animates it in the preview, okay? Nice. What else do I want to show you? Well, let me show you something interesting. Okay, let's load them up, like I said, and let me choose it. We'll choose this one because when you will import an existing map which you saved, but let's say that you deleted some of those textures meanwhile, the UI will not longer crash and it will tell you what IDs are missing and from which layer they are missing. And it will autocomplete them with this texture. So you know something is missing, okay? But you can still load the map. And let's say that you don't have the old texture anymore, but you still want to continue to build this map. So what can you do is, using this tool from the tools menu called clean up missing assets. This will, like you see, permanently remove missing textures from the map. When you press this, it will tell you how many objects and tiles and NPCs it removed from those specific layers. And you can see the map is clean now and you can continue building, okay? Maybe I'll use some shortcuts. I'm sorry, I move faster because I learned the shortcuts to do some things, like now I press Ctrl and M from here to fill the entire map. So I set everywhere this texture. Let's delete the trees because they are chaotically spread. We can delete things by pressing E from the erase menu. Okay. Let me press it again. And by holding the Shift key, we can delete lots of objects and NPCs at once, and we can clear a map way faster. What I wanted to do now is to place some things. Yeah, let's say that we need to place some bushes, but actually I think I had another Qt import which I wanted to import here. Give me 1 second. I think I wanted to add those ones because they are quite cute. So I'll choose this one and I'll create in the assets folder, in the objects, a new folder called garden or something, because I like how those look, to be honest. I don't know, let's take this one too, maybe this tree chunk. Okay, that's enough. I'll press F5 shortcut this time, and you can see it added the garden tab. What can we do now? Well, let's build a little bit of the map. Let's say that we add this, maybe add this animated one here. Okay, and what can we do by using another tool which I implemented, chunk selection tool? We can duplicate chunks of objects by pressing the Shift key and selected something. Yeah, so we hold the Shift key and we select something, and then you can see the preview of what to paint. And you can paint chunks of object, and by the same logic, by following the same logic, we can do this and paint a whole lot faster than we would usually paint. Okay, this was very fast actually. Let's delete a part of this, maybe this one too. Let's add, I don't know, let's add a fence. Yeah, we could have done this chunk selection tool. I'm used to holding and pressing the shortcut keys, which is S in my case, but I'm trying to press them visually so you can see what I'm pressing. But I will do this. I don't know how long it can be. Yeah, we'll stop here, that's fair. Let's delete not this one. Maybe this one too. Okay. And this one too, and it looks better, I think. Okay, let's add something on the ground. We can hold the Shift and paint a bigger area. We can hold the Shift and right click to pick a tile or an object. In this case, I picked from the view the grass, and I'm just gonna paint over this to make it slimmer. Nice. Okay, now what else I implemented is something called a brush here, and if I click this, it says that I have to select some objects first by holding the Control and left click. So I want to paint real fast some trees, so I'll hold the Control button and press on 2 of the trees. And now if I go to this mode, okay, and I'm holding the Shift button down, I can do this. And it paints whatever I selected in the area which I selected. So I'll do this too. I don't know, looks quite good to me. But let's say that I want to make a row now here. I'm gonna press E to delete something, and I'm gonna hold Shift and go deleting this. Then I'll take this texture by right clicking on it, and I'm gonna paint a road down here. Yeah, I think it looks good. What else can I do? Well, I can clean the selected brushes, or I could also click again on them, holding the Control key to remove them. Okay, but now I'm gonna take those stones and I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna increase the spread. What does this? Well, it spreads them more, so it's not as dense as the trees. Okay, and if I'm gonna go back in the bush mode, you can see that by doing this, it adds more spreaded some stones. I'm gonna do the same here. Yeah, you can fine-tune how much the spread should be, but depending on your preferences, I think it looks good. You can make them more spread or less spread, so they appear more, but yeah, that's up to you. I don't know, let's add an NPC somewhere around here, why not? What else do we have? Maybe a sign. Let's put a sign here and here, because it looks cute. But I think this is too on the top of the map, so what can we do? Well, we can use again the chunk selection tool, and I'm gonna select by holding the shift button the whole area. Not the whole area actually, I'm gonna take it from here and I'm gonna put it down here. And I just duplicated, yes, the whole part which I selected. What else can I do? And I think it's quite important. Maybe you want to move some of those things from one map to the other. We can choose again chunk selection tool, and let's say that we want this part. And now we selected only that area. But we can do this. We can export the chunk selection, and now by doing this, it exported a new map. Let me open another one real fast. And you can either load it as a map, because it is a map by itself, the chunk which we created, and it's just that. Or you can do something even more interesting. Let's say that you have another map. In my case, I'm gonna choose this one. And here we can import the chunk selection which we already created. So this one. And when we do this, it will select the chunk selection tool. You can see the preview. And if we click, we can see that exactly that area was copied in our new project. And in this way, we can move things from one map to the other. Let's say that I'm moving this one now. I'm gonna export this chunk selection. Big chunk. Okay, and we go to the other project and we can import this chunk, this new chunk, which is the big chunk. And when we click it, yes, you can see it pasted it in the new project. Yeah, I'm also liking to preview without the border, so I'm shortcut pressing the G button, toggle grid. This is what happens here. Okay, I think this is all for today. This is what I wanted to show you. You also seen the export button, so you can import them in your game eventually. But those are the new functionalities. I also changed how the legend looks. You have way more information now. It looks better, it's scrollable. Please look it up. I also added the new information in the README files, so that's also useful to read. I also like the light, the light mode. It looks quite nice. So depending on your preferences, you can choose whatever mode you want. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day.